Here from Fear No Video. Happy New Year, everyone. So excited to be back with you. So, we are live everywhere. So, hello to everyone on Facebook, in the Fear No Video Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, or X. Where else are we? LinkedIn. We are on YouTube. Instagram. Did I say Instagram? We're everywhere. So when you pop on, just say hey so that I know you're here. I'm super, super pumped to have you. And if you were in the Fear No Video Facebook group, I have two things for you to do today. Number one, well, I have three actually. Number one, say hey so I know you're here. Number two, click the pinned comment that says to click here so that we can see who is commenting, because Instagram, or Facebook rather, and Restream aren't really buddy friends. So it's not going to show up. It's not going to show like who is here or who's saying hi. It just says Facebook user, and that's no fun. So just pop that, and the link says, click this link to allow me to see who is chatting, and it's chat.restream.io/FB. And number three, so we will be, we're streaming live, taking questions, but the questions I'm answering from the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, then I am going to pop that link into the chat, and you can, join the fun. It's really, really exciting. All right. So today we are going to learn how to do video like a 5-year-old. And you might be thinking, but I don't understand. So whenever I'm learning something new, I like to say, tell it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Because although nowadays 5-year-olds are really, really smart, so I may have to rethink that. But when you're learning something new, when you're in kindergarten, first grade, preschool, adults will break things down in a way that's really simple to understand. Your teachers, they taught you how to write in some way that's really simple to understand. You learned how to do all the things with just small, bite-sized little pieces so that you could, really grab hold of it and then just run with it. And when you're 5, once you learn a skill, you just go, you run. There is no stopping you until you fall, and then you get back up and you run some more. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to talk about how to record your videos from like the very, very basic. Like we are taking it way, way back. So before we get into that, again, just let me know that you're here. Say hi, where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, put replay in the chat so that I know you were here, and where you're from, what you do. I'd love to get to know you. New year, new excitement, new everything. All right. So one of the things before we get into, the very, very basics of how to do a video. Why do we do a video? Now, if you've been with me for a little bit, you have heard me talk about why we do video. For those of you who are new, I'm going to just explain it to you. And for those who have watched before, you've seen this before, here's a reminder. So when we're in business to make money. We're in business to help people. But we're not in business to just kind of hang out and do nothing. And that's what you do when no one knows you exist. So I'll let you guys in on a little secret. There are 1,000 other people doing what you do. There are thousands of other people who are in your same network marketing company, who are selling a coaching program, who are, selling shoes and purses, who are doing whatever it is that you do. You're not the only one who is doing it. But what you have that they don't is that you are you. And you are what sells your product. You are what people are buying. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you are not this, your amazing self, people aren't going to buy from you. They might buy from you once, but they won't repeat, the sale. And so that's what you have going for you. But if you are the world's best kept secret, there's no point. You could be the most amazing salesperson. You could have the best product. You could be the most amazing person on the planet. But if no one knows that you exist, then no one is going to buy from you. You cannot help the people that you are here to help. You can't serve the folks that you're here to serve if no one knows that you're here. So that's why we do video. We do video so that we're visible. When we're visible, our reach increases, our leads increase, our sales increase. When you're visible, you make money. And video is one of the easiest ways, the fastest ways to make ourselves seen. And you're probably thinking, if video was so easy, I wouldn't be watching this live. But don't worry, just hang with me. We're going to get there. Because once you start doing the videos, you will take off and it'll be amazing. And you will understand when I say that it's easy. It's an easy way to be visible. And the reason I say it's easy to be visible is because people will, our brains are wired to take in video and process it 60,000 times faster than we do with the written word. That's a lot. And we will retain 95% of something that we are looking at in a video versus a chunk of text. So think about, watching a movie and remembering quotes from the movie that you saw 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Oops, and I'm about to break things. That wasn't good. Stanley Cup, right? Just was about to knock on my desk, which is all mirror. It's a mirror desk. So we don't want chunks taken out of the mirror. So, think about, the movie that you saw 30 years ago when you were a kid, whatever. You can, recite lines, and you won't do that for a book that you read 30 years ago, maybe not even 5 years ago or 5 minutes ago if you're me. So that's why we do video, because our brains are wired to process it a lot faster. And images, our brains love images. So think about when you're in a Facebook group and you'll see, people will post like they're looking for an opinion or some information, just whatever it is, and they will have a picture or a video that says, photo for tax, photo for attention, pick for attention. Why do they do that? They do that because our brains will see the picture and say, oh, that's a pretty rainbow. So we'll stop for a second and then maybe we'll actually read the post. Whereas if it's just a big chunk of post, your eyes just skim over that. So that's why we do the pick for attention, the pick for tax, whatever you want to call it. So if you're going to do that in a Facebook group to find out, how to, travel, or the best purse to buy, or the best suitcase, or whatever it is, then why not do it for your business? Because that's what's going to really make you money, your business, right? So that's why we do video. And so now we're going to go to how we do video. So fun. So basics. You just need a few things. So you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to start. That's one of the things that people will fear with video. One, they don't know if people are going to watch, people are going to listen, people want to see what they have to say, hear what they have to say. They're nervous. They're also worried about how much time it's going to take, how much money it's going to take, the tech. So over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to go through a lot of those things. But just to start, dude, your phone. That's all you need is your phone. You need a camera. Your smartphone can be fine for that. Okay. And I'm even just going to show you how you can just start. So I don't know if you can see that. And I don't know how to, I cleared my notifications. So honestly, so I have an iPhone. If you have an Android, it's the same concept. So you're going to get to your camera. So I have my camera here. Hey. All right. So you're going to hit video. If you have an Android, this is my hair. So if you have an Android, it's going to be the same thing. You just hit video and then you hit record and you go for it. But you want to center yourself up. So this is a front. So you have your front facing camera. Well, your front facing camera is here, right? And then here's where you do your selfies. One really quick thing. You always, 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 before you record a video, clean your lens. Get the schmutz off your lens. Don't use your finger and do that. Don't use your shirt. Use a nice microfiber cloth that's gentle and just clean your lens. And you want to do that because think about how often your finger touches. And so you'll have all this junk on there. So you just want to have that nice and clean. And then you want to frame yourself up. So, I have my phone here. I have this little thing on the back. It's actually magnetic. So that I can hold my phone to record myself. So if you're recording a selfie, then you're going to, and again, same thing with the Android. We're recording a selfie. You're going to hit, there we go, that to flip it around. So now it's recording here, not from the back camera. One thing that I didn't mention that I should have mentioned before is you want to decide what type of video you're going to do. Is this going to be a video where you're sitting down like I'm doing right now in a stationary area? Or are you going to do something where you're standing or doing some activity? And it makes a difference, right? So like I have my webcam here, and that's something else that another camera that you can get. But again, you don't have to do a web camera. I have an external web camera that I use because it's better than the camera on my MacBook Air. The MacBook Air camera is great. If you have a Surface Pro, great camera. But an external web camera is better. But if you're just starting and you don't want to go to the expense of getting an external web camera, then just start with what you have. It's going to be better than nothing. Okay. Don't suffer from perfectionism because that's going to hold you back. It's just going to keep you from starting. Don't get ready to get ready. Let's just go. All right. So that's why I say you can just start with your phone. Now, if you're using your phone, you definitely want to have some way of stabilizing your video. Now, you'll see I'll do videos all the time with my selfie stick, and I talk with my hands and I move around a lot. So there's a lot of motion. Sometimes I don't want the motion, and so I'm annoyed with myself that I have it. But a lot of times, like I like the motion because I'm moving. If I'm using my phone, it's because I'm moving. I'm doing some action. But this is in my purse all the time. So this is a selfie stick and a tripod. A tripod is just, right here. Tri meaning three, right? 3 legs. And this extends. Is this as far as it goes? It goes further than that. And I have a lot of tripods. I have a lot of tripods for different things. You don't have to do that. This one, I think, was on Amazon for $15. I wanted one that I could use as a selfie stick as well. This has a little remote control. It's a Bluetooth remote control that works with iPhone and Android. So that way I can set the camera up and then I can just use the button to start the recording. So I don't have to go and, frame myself again. And to use it, it's so easy. Now I have to take this is always nervous, is taking the the phone out of the case. But to use the tripod, you're literally just going to, and this was a better one. It doesn't have bungee, like the little bungee squeezy things. This I have to actually twist to adjust to where I want. But it's sturdy. And I wanted something that was sturdy, so I didn't get a cheap one. And like I said, this was like $20 or so, somewhere around there. I'm bad with prices, you guys. I'm bad with prices. But it wasn't pricey. Like it wasn't the cheapest, it wasn't the most expensive either. Like I've had tripods that I've spent hundreds of dollars on. You don't have to do that. But this is great because you can do your selfie. You can put the tripod up on some sort of surface, which I can't show you, but you have it up on a surface and you adjust it however you need to. And you can, when you do this, you can use this camera if you have it set up. So here's a little trick for you. So if I'm doing the tripod, theoretically, you're holding it so that the camera, the front facing camera is facing you. So this is what you're looking at, the screen. So you can see yourself. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for today, but down the road, you can get yourself set up and then swivel the camera around, the phone around. So that way you are now being recorded from this camera. And the reason I do this is because this camera is the better camera. You have these three plus this little focus thing. I think it's a focus thingy, but you have these three lenses on this phone, and it's the same with the newer iPhones, and as well as the newer like Samsungs and Galaxies. They have really great cameras. The Androids do. I'll deny I ever said it, but they have great cameras. But so these cameras are a little bit better than the front facing camera. And you just look, it just looks better. But don't worry about that for today. So you just set this up, and if you have it so that it's with a remote, you can just click your remote to start it. But this way you can look at yourself. Just make sure, pro tip here, make sure you are looking at the camera, which is here, right? Look at the camera, which is here, and not like all through here, because then it's not going to look great. It's fine, but it's not pro. But just fine to start. And again, as you pop on, just say hey so that I know you're here. And just a reminder for anyone who's just joining, this is Learn Video Like a 5-Year-Old. We're breaking it down to the basics. And if you are in the Fear No Video Facebook group, then you can, would love for you to click the pinned chat that says, click here so we can know who you are. All right, so that's the basics of the tripod and the phone. And one thing that I started to mention, then I stopped. The reason why I wanted a sturdy tripod is the flimsy ones will fall over, especially if there's any type of wind during the day or it's just not stable. So you don't want to, save $5 and break your camera, break your phone. iPhones are not cheap, $1,400, $900, whatever it is. Androids, not cheap. You're looking, $700, $800, $900. So, do yourself a favor and don't cheap out on the thing that's going to keep your phone from falling on its face and cracking the lens or whatever it is, making a very big repair to save a couple of bucks. But this is, oh, that's one thing I was going to show you. So this is great when you're doing your, um, when you're doing your videos, if you're doing a selfie, you can just, oops, I do not want to call emergency services. You can just angle this the way you need to and just play around with it hand wise. So I usually use my right hand to hold the tripod, because then it's not showing, you're not seeing the tripod itself or the selfie stick itself. I have some videos where you can see that I'm holding something, but I don't like those. Uh, but it'll be like a really sunny day or something, and you can't really see what's going on. You just have to trust your gut that you're getting something. And so those are the ones where there might be something that's a little weird that I don't like. So just play around with it. It's just fun. Just play around with it and just delete what you don't like. All right. So the other thing that you need, especially if you are doing a static shot like I'm doing right here, where I'm sitting at my desk, you want to have lights. So you don't have to spend a fortune on lights. I have had the big box lights, that are triangles and all of that. They're called soft boxes. And I love those because they're great for diffusing. And that is not a 5-year-old explanation. So we're going to talk about that far down the line. But with that said, you may see like some of these influencers on YouTube where they give their list of like some of their favorite things, and they have these, $200 lights, and you're like, but that's a lot of money. I don't want to spend $200 on lights, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I've not recorded a video yet. So why am I spending that much money on lights? So, we do cheaper lights. So a ring light, you can get a ring light for $10 online. You can go to, like a Five Below type store if you have that in your country. If you're in Europe, I've seen them at HEMA. I've seen them at the drugstore, the pharmacies, really, like everywhere. They buy these everywhere. Target, Walmart, any of your big box stores, they will most likely have at least one ring light that you can purchase. And so I like a nice big light. I have travel lights too, because this is my business, right? Like I record videos for a living. So I have a little bit extra, but you can get, like a 10-inch ring light for not much money. You can get an 8-inch ring light for not much money. And so if you're doing a static shot like this, then you can have the ring light behind your computer, behind your laptop, behind your web camera, if that's what you're using. You can get lights that they clip onto your phone, so that way it covers the area with the lens. You can also have some that are connected to the tripod that you use or the selfie stick that you use. And so this one I think is one where I can take this off. So no, it's not the right one. But you can take this off and have the ring light here. And then there's an attachment that's in the ring light itself where the phone sits. So you can really do that. It's very simple. And again, they're not expensive, and they don't have to be. You don't have to spend a ton of money to have a good quality video. And again, you just start with your phone. A microphone is very helpful. Now, because I am sitting, I have my microphone here. This is a Blue Yeti microphone. It's part of the professional series. This one is probably, $100 or so, but you don't have to spend that much. You can use a less expensive microphone if you're, sitting. If you have your your external web camera, the microphone is going to be pretty decent. If it's a decent web camera, the microphone on your laptop is probably going to be great. Like I used before, I traveled and I lived in different countries. And so my good microphone is someplace else, right? So before I purchased a new microphone, I just used my laptop microphone and it was fine. I don't have a lot of external noise, so you don't get like the reverb and the echoing, and it's not picking up a lot of different sounds because there's no one else like walking around when I'm doing these videos. But a nice microphone that's directed at your face is really helpful for making sure that people hear you and not your cat scratching his or her scratching post. But but it's not necessary. You get it down the line. You're just starting, right? Just start. A nice lapel microphone is great too for when you're doing recordings outdoors. So that way you can be heard and not have to fight all of the ambient sound. You don't have to fight all of the noise that's around you. And especially if you are a little bit further away from your phone. So like this microphone on the phone is good. It's a good quality microphone, but a professional microphone is better. But again, you don't have to get that today. Start with your phone. Do you sense a theme here? Start. You just do it. You just do it. Okay, so the other thing that you want to think about is your background. And this is the last 5-year-old tip that we're going to do today is think about your background, how you want your background to look. And that's whether you're doing a standard stationary shot like this, or you're out someplace. So if you're out someplace, choose a background that goes with the theme of your video, something that's not distracting, something that I think it should be pretty, but make it make sense, you know? Just make it make sense. Don't have like clutter. Like the clutter is what's going to get you every time. So don't have it just junky and cluttered. So for me, like I'm actually still kind of playing around with my background. I decided I wanted to change. I wanted, a refresh. So I bought that disco ball because I love the lights that it does. And so I like the disco ball and plants. I'm a plant killer. So hopefully these survive a couple of videos. We'll see. But like I don't necessarily like how this is placed. So I'll be playing around with this some more. So the next video, it'll be completely different. But think about your background when you're doing your video. And you just want to have something that's simple. If you don't have a nice backdrop or anything like that, just a plain wall is fine. Just a plain wall. Again, if you're out and about doing your videos, just make it so that it makes sense. Don't, talk about, like, don't do a video where you're talking about, I don't know, like summer fun and you're at a polar bear exhibit. Like that doesn't make any sense. Why are you shivering and you're talking about, eating for summer or whatever, having fun for summer, whatever it is. So just make it make sense. So that's what we have. And I love to answer any of the questions that you have. So I just want you to, just pop in the chat the questions and I love to answer them. And if you are not in our Facebook group, then you should be. I've pinned, or I didn't pin it, but I'll put this in the chat again. I'll put this here. Hold on. We'll show that. So I go live in our Facebook group every Friday. So at facebook.com/group/Fear No Video group. And let me just go back to the chat and put that again. So this should be in the chat as well. But let me just type it just in case it's not, because I don't know for sure. Sorry. I'm typing with one hand and not two, because I don't want to hit my microphone again because I am so good at doing that. And I told you guys, I have the glass desk. It's a huge mirror. The legs are a mirror. Everything's a mirror. And I've already cracked a little bit. I don't want to crack it anymore. It was so sad. I dropped my lunch on it. It's a, just thunk, big glass container. All right, guys. So just to recap really quickly, we have your, simplified what you need to get started: a phone, a camera, so your phone, or a stationary web camera, an external web camera, or you could use your computer's camera too, a tripod, and or selfie stick so that things can be stable, so things, your video is not bouncing around, and a light. So a little ring light is perfect. And as we progress over the next few weeks, we'll do a little bit more in depth on lighting, because lighting is really important. Bad lighting will sink you. Your content could be great, but if your lighting is crap, then people might not hear your message because they can't look at the video. So you just want to, just play around with it and see how you look in different lights and different times of day. So again, but that's something that we'll go through down the line. So don't worry. Today was just little simple, teeny tiny bite-sized little pieces so that you can get started. So I would love to see what you create. So tag me in your video if you record a video and you put it online. I would love to see it. And if you need more clarity, then go to meetwithjasmine.com, where you can pop on a quick call with me and we can go over what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish, how you want to use video for your business. And so there're just so many exciting things that you can do. And I really want to help you, get where you want to go so that you can grow your business the way that you want. I mean, there is not a single industry where video does not help you to be seen, where video does not help you to increase your reach, to generate more leads, generate more sales, help more people, make more money. And, I have clients who can go from being petrified today, and then 5 days from now, they are recording a video that they are proud of. And we just keep going until they are just absolutely phenomenally comfortable and amazing. Now, no matter how afraid you might be today, you don't have to be that way. So I am here every step of your way. Think of me as your guide to help you feel more comfortable on camera, to help you shine, to help you grow. And I was neglectful in the beginning to tell you exactly who I am and why I do what I do. So I'm going to do this right now. So I have been in television news for over 30 years. I have been helping people be more comfortable on camera for over 30 years. I was on TV. I'm a Hollywood trained actress, and I really help people to overcome the fear of the microphone, the fear of the camera, because I know that it can be scary. We don't come out of the womb typically ready to just, hey, I'm here, put me on TV, right? We need to work up to that. So I teach you how to do that. I pull out what's in you. I help you craft your message so you can help the people that you want to help. So again, you can be seen and help someone. Your message is so much more important than the fear that you might have. And I help you to work through that and get through that. I help network marketers, coaches, entrepreneurs, business owners to really shine and vibe with their tribe. And that is what I'm here for you to do. I am use me, use my experience, use my expertise. I am totally here for that. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. Leave your comments in the chat. I want to know, want to know, want to know. And as a little gift for anyone who is watching, if you go to beatcamerashyness.com, then I have a little gift for you. Again, that is beatcamerashyness.com. I'll put that in the chat too. www.beatcamerashyness.com. Okay, so go there so you can download a little guide that can help you get some tips on getting a little bit more centered, a little more calm, and a little less shy. But again, I am here for you. Whatever you need, give me a shout. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye.